Good morning, garden adventurers. I'm Kelly, aka K2, and this is K2 Garden Adventure. This channel is dedicated to me building my dream gardens and miniature farm here on the beautiful central coast of California. All right, so today I've got a few things that I've been trying to get in the ground, um, and let me flip this around and show you what we're gonna do. All right, so Um, first, I've got some stuff that I want to get in the ground over here. Not really sure what to call this area yet. I put in some poppies here. There was an existing Alstroemeria or Peruvian lily. This is like a bright orange variety, and ever since it started getting some water, it's decided it wants to take over the world. Um, I put in some foxglove along the back, a couple of lupines, and then there's more foxglove that was just babies, and they should bloom and get huge later. But they're all like a pale yellow variety. Um, so some fairly muted colors over here, but we definitely have some pinks with the I think that's called Pink Panther. This foxglove here. Um, at any rate, I finally got my hands on some pink profusion salvia. Everybody raves about it, so I figured I'd give it a try. I thought that would look beautiful up here at the front of this border. I've got some, was it Truffula Pink Gomphrena? Which I've never had before. So I thought that would look good back here a little bit, and then it gets a little bit tall and wispy. It might help hide some of those sprinkler valves. And then back here in the back, where it's a bit taller, I've got some of this very vivid Phlox, this luminary ultraviolet. Phlox, and this stuff says it gets up to 36 inches tall, so I figured that would look nice in the back here along the fence. Just FYI, this is a white dogwood tree that I planted, I don't know, a couple months ago, month and a half. So I don't know if that will bloom at the same time as the phlox, but that could look really amazing to have that vivid white dogwood above that dark pink. Back there is an eastern redbud, and then we've got some heaven's breath here. After it's done blooming, I'll like need to trim a lot of the heaven's breath back, but I was enjoying the color on that, and it smells good too. So anyways, I've got these 6 things to get in the ground over here and get hooked up to drip. Got to remember to hook stuff up to drip, because if I don't do it, there's a good chance, or don't do it when I plant this stuff, there's a good chance it will be forgotten. And then back here, I noticed there was a couple of blank spots here in the rear avocado orchard, so I picked up these beautiful geraniums. Now these are like called Regal or Martha Washington geraniums, and so found these like 2 different colors, and I have some other ones that are Regal or Martha Washingtons. So there's like a dark pink, and then like a magenta there. There's that same one. I had these from a couple of years ago, and then I found these really beautiful ones as well down at the Miners Ace Hardware store, the local store. But these 2 particular ones with lots of white, and then the medium and light pink I did not have, so I think those will look nice in these 2 blank spots and provide some color until the clematis and all those dahlias get going a little bit later on. So that is the plan, to get all those, what is that, like 8 plants in the ground. There's definitely more stuff, but I always jinx myself saying all the stuff I want to do and then I run into some snag or something. So we're just gonna start with those, and then if I can get to definitely have more stuff I would like to get planted today, I will introduce that later on. But right now I'm gonna stop yapping and start digging some holes. All right, so almost done, but I figured I'd show you what I'm doing. First off, I changed my mind on where I wanted to place things. Decided to concentrate them a little bit more out here along the edge, because I came up with an idea of what I want to do kind of back in there. So my father, who passed away in 2012, he grew up as a farmer, and but he loved flowers as well. And I remember at the last place he had at his little apartment, he was growing what they called 4 o'clocks. I think they're called Peruvian marvels, maybe. I'll have to double check on that. But at any rate, he loved those flowers. And one of my other sisters, she went and gathered some of the seeds from the flowers that he had planted there around his apartment. And I've been trying to grow them for years, but they never do quite good. They always come back. They're in this container here. But now that I have a place with some ground, I decided, I'm just going to plant those all around. They're multicolored things. I'll try to find a picture. And I'm just kind of going to do like a field of those back there. And if I remember right, they can get 3 or 4 feet tall or something. So I think that'll look neat to just sort of try to plant these starters that are growing up in amongst those weeds, and then I can finally get rid of that this container. And if I can remember, this Hawaiian ginger was for another friend of mine, a neighbor at my old place. But I'm heading that way, I think, tomorrow. So if I can remember, I'll just drop it off at his place, so I can get rid of these 2 containers that aren't that are just kind of requiring manual watering, and I need to stop doing that because I have too many other things to do. But anyways, so in each of the holes, so I got the pink profusion here, but this is actually, I think, fairly decent soil out here, because it appears to have a little more than just sand in there. But you can see there's lots of organic material from over the years that has been going down into the soil. So in each hole, I just put a handful of the Miracle Grow garden soil in the bottom, and then I've got some Biotone starter and some of the Proven Winners continuous release, because these are all heavy flowers. So there should be plenty of fertilizer for the rest of the season in the ground for those, or at least these flowers. So anyways, like I said, I'm gonna stop talking and just finish this so I can get on to the next project. All right, see you in a little bit. Okay, so let me catch you up on where I'm at. I went ahead, I got the phlox in the ground, and then I remembered I had some drip line that was I think I pulled out from somewhere else. Anyways, I had 12 feet that had already been cut and was ready to go. So I made 2 6-foot sections, and I have one going around here, around the dogwood, and then the other one just going along there behind the irrigation valves. And so that has emitters every 6 inches. So if you caught the freesia video where I planted freesias and alliums every 6 inches along some drip lines back there, the idea is to do the same thing here. I've got the little 2-inch auger on the drill, and then I counted, and I should have definitely have like 24 of these little 4 o'clock seedlings. Hoping that's what they are, and they're not just some kind of weed, but I'm pretty sure they're not. Anyway, so I'm just gonna drill the holes and then get those little seedlings in the ground and plug it back up. And what's nice about this, obviously, is you can do a nice sort of curvy, natural sort of pattern by pre-placing that, and it also, you know, lets you know exactly, you know, what every 6 inches is if you want to try to make a design, or pretend it's all natural, and even though it's not quite. So, anyways, I'm gonna stop yapping and get these in the ground. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. These 4 o'clocks, which just started off as little seeds that looked like watermelon seeds, over the last couple of years, as they've started growing and then didn't quite make it, they've made these little like turnip bulbs. So that's cool. It makes it easy to plant, and yeah, let's keep going. And we are all done with this area over here. So I've got the 2 pink profusion salvias here. And I've got the 2 truffula pink Gompphrenas back behind there. And they're nestled in between a couple of like pale yellow foxgloves that are coming later. I don't know, this lupine looks like it got eaten pretty bad by snails and slugs. Hopefully it'll come back. I don't know if you get more blooms with lupins, but we have a lot of, you know, we're just into spring, and so we have a lot of spring and summer left, so hopefully. And then the 2 phloxes are over here, and then what was really cool is I was able to make 2 drifts of my dad's 4 o'clocks, one going around this white dogwood, and then another one that's coming down just in the middle on the other side of the irrigation valves. Then I got everything hooked up to drip. I fixed some other drip. I buried the 1/2-inch line. All that took like 5 times as long as getting the plants in the ground. And then I finished up with getting some mulch. Looks really, really good, and really happy with how this turned out. So I'm gonna go get some lunch and see if I can't get some more stuff in the ground and some more projects completed. And we've got both of these Regal or Martha Washington geraniums in the ground and hooked up to drip. So the next thing that I'm gonna try to get done right now is over here in the hibiscus garden, or on the edge of the hibiscus garden. So walking on the trail. Okay, so here we've got the hibiscus garden, and hopefully you caught the video where I just added all those 9 groupings of gazanias, and recently just added these 2 beautiful multicolor lantanas. That came over from where the new wisteria garden is. At any rate, over here I have this blank spot, and so found these really 2 beautiful Alstroemerias, or Peruvian lilies, down in Ventura. So I'm going to put them right here. They're next to this Star Blast chiffon. Those should look absolutely beautiful, and my understanding is these are more low ground cover varieties, although they're in a really big, I think that's a 5-gallon. So they're already pretty mature, but they can spread out, you know, multiple feet each direction, touch each other. And then there's a blank spot right here because I saw another, it was a deep purple one at Home Depot. And so I'm hoping I can go grab that one, and I'll put that one in there. And so you'll have sort of this, these 3 different ones, like I said, filling up this space and acting as a ground cover. You got these 2 different Heaven's Breath up above it. They'll both be getting a little bit of a haircut after they're done blooming. But anyways, I think that should all look really, really beautiful. And I'm gonna get to digging. And there you have it. We've got the 2 Alstroemeria or Peruvian lilies, the purple with the white tongue and the white with the purple tongue. both of them are in. Everything's hooked up to drip. Even got it all covered up with some new mulch. I also did some upkeep. Finally got the Rose of Sharon and the lantanas that I moved a couple of weeks ago. Got them hooked up to drip. I still have the 9 gazanias that I need to do. So I'll have to water those by hand until I get those hooked up to drip. Hope to do that soon. If not, I'll do it at the same time as the when I get all the other 9 azaleas there in the back. Well, I'll probably do it before, but anyways. So just to recap what we got done today, those 2 Alstroemerias that I just showed you, some drip maintenance over here. I also did some weeding amongst the tropical hibiscus. A huge job. I need to repot most all of those, give them some fresh potting soil, and some of them move into the bigger size containers. So that's a big job, but they're doing all right. Still need to do something with this poor lavender. That's what happens when it never got pruned back. And so when I finally did prune it back, it was most of it there at the base was too woody. So I think what I'm going to do is just cut out all that woody stuff, see what it looks like, but that probably is going to get replaced here. And anyways, but back to what we did today. And that is, we got these 2 beautiful geraniums in the ground and on drip, watered in and mulched. These are the Regal or Martha Washington. 2 other color variants. I already had 3 others. This sort of white and dark pink, these dark pink surrounded by white, and this dark pink and darker pink. So love that I found those, and you can just see from back here what a great job those are doing already of filling in kind of those big blank spots. Yeah, I don't really see any other blank spots back here in the avocado orchard, but of course I always reserve the right to buy another flower. Looking forward to the peonies that are back here. They seem to be growing pretty good. I think all of the ones, there was some that I planted as corms or bulbs, I'm not sure. I think it's corms. Anyways, I think all of them have at least sprouted, but that's something to keep an eye on to make sure all those are good. And then we started the day off back over here, and this as unnamed as of yet garden. Although I might just call it Dad's garden, because I did just plant a whole about 30 of his 4 o'clocks from his old apartment. So yeah, one of the things I really wish my dad was still around to see me building my dream here, but you know. Anyways, miss you, Dad. But over here we started the day with some pink profusion salvias that I've been trying to get my hands on for a while, so finally did. Back behind them, we've got some of the truffula pink Gomphrena, and so we got 2 of those back in there. One there and one there. And then back here we have 2 of those big magenta, what are they called? Luminary ultraviolet phloxes. Back here, and then like I said, that 2 drifts along some drip line of all those 4 o'clocks, or I think they're called Peruvian marbles. Anyways, I'll look it up and put it on the screen. Anyway, so, but those all get pretty big, and those are all sort of multicolored, so we'll see. But that'll be nice to just fill in all that sort of dead space back there between the white dogwood and the eastern redwood. And be nice once those other 6 foxgloves start blooming. And this Alstroemeria has some more room to keep growing. Over here, poppies are still going. Need to get some, I don't know, those, I was hoping those Super Bean and Whiteouts would, those other 2, they seem to be struggling a little bit, but they're getting water, so I don't know, maybe hit them with some more fertilizer. Although I planted them with fertilizer, so who knows. Anyways, all right, well, I will leave you at this point. Hope you have a wonderful evening, and remember, you know, hit that like button. Please leave a comment. I respond to all comments within a couple of days. Love to hear what you think, what your favorite flowers are, what suggestions you have for flowers that I don't have yet in my garden. I'm always looking for new things and need those suggestions while there's still room to put stuff. And and remember to share with your friends, anybody in your friends or family who are enjoy gardening. You know, trying to build this community, and most importantly, until the next video, happy gardening.